Okay, so this George Floyd trial has been going on for a very long time, guys, and it's just what is unfolding right now could just go in very different ways. And I don't know when this is going to be announced, what's happening with it, but a lot of mess is spewing online, and I am not liking the way this is going. Hey guys, it's Parad Morali. Hope you guys are doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you haven't subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram, my Patreon, my merch, and let's get straight into this mess, guys. This is what this is, a mess. My camera's about to die, it's so annoying. But anyways, we have this situation. Why this Derek guy, there is a picture of him smirking in the trial. He literally is smiling, smirking away, has no regrets about his actions and the heinous kind of crimes that I believe he committed in this situation and scenario. And there could be a possibility, guys, that he could get away with this, because it feels like some of the jury perhaps could be on his side, from the people that I believe were carefully selected from what I saw allegedly, or what I read upon initially when the trial was beginning. I had these kind of premonitions, and I was also reading a lot of this, very interesting information. Now, why the judge has so much energy for Maxine Walters, I really do not know. Yeah, okay, I don't think what she said was entirely helpful, but there's been several media outlets, been several, conservatives or, Republicans out there that have said a lot of crazy, wild things as well. And I don't see judges bringing them into trials, talking about them and kind of averting the conversation to somebody else. So I don't know why Maxine Walters was brought into this. I do believe, if we look at it in a kind of objective manner, what she said wasn't as helpful during a trial. That if this person doesn't get convicted, we're going to go harder, etc., etc. I can see that the timing perhaps wasn't right, but at the same time, this is a very clear-cut situation where we have one individual who passed from police brutality. Why there has to be such a long-ass trial about this, I really don't know. But at the end of the day, I do see the fact that, of course, I'm not a fan of Derek, and I imagine a lot of you are not a fan of Derek, but anybody is entitled to a trial, to forms of justice, but the justice system within itself is already corrupt from within. So what justice are we even really getting, if we want to talk about that? Because it's really, really crippled the institutional justice system. The judicial system is so corrupt from within. How can you even expect to get proper justice? And that's what we don't see. And the fact that he's out there smirking, they're talking about carbon monoxide going into his lungs, and that is what caused this. And that apparently he was a very strong individual, so they had to really hold him back, and that he was a threat to this. These defense lawyers are going in with any reason. Now, that's just his job. So he's not wrong. I get why people will be upset with him, but that is his job. So I can understand that as well. And perhaps he's hating his own life, but he's getting paid to do this, and this is what he just needs to do, defend criminals. And some people are not criminals. Not that I'm saying, I'm referring this to Derek, but you still have to defend them as well, because they may be put into a criminal space and they're not, and you need defense, which is why there are criminal lawyers in general. But when it comes to Derek, I just feel like the guy has no sympathy, he has no empathy, he doesn't care at all. The judge is talking about Maxine Walters, there are protests getting bigger and bigger, and everybody's very eager to find out the verdict on this entire situation and what the jury are going to decide on. It seems to be a very, very sticky situation, and I feel like it's going to get worse if it doesn't go the way that it needs to be. We've had several other issues related to police brutality literally in the last couple of weeks whilst this trial has been going on, ladies and gentlemen. So I find this to be a very sad situation, a very corrupt situation. And George Floyd had passed from white supremacy related police brutality racism. This is what he passed from. We don't need reform. Reform does nothing. Do you understand? Reform does nothing. You need to break a system to its entirety and rebuild something else. I thoroughly believe, when it comes to these police systems, they are quite militant, and they need to be replaced with community-based systems, because you don't need systems like this, and you can't just chuck in something to reform something when everything else hasn't been reformed. It doesn't fix everything. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? If you've messed up your food and you're mixing something, you don't put in one ingredient to fix the food, because the food's already messed up. You need to start all over again. Like a lot of these housewife shows, especially Housewives of New York, it's full of white women. They've chucked in one black girl, and I just feel like that doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't bring diversity. The tokenism that we see in all of these work industries it just doesn't do anything. You have to start from all over again from the bottom. You can't add someone in for image and think it will do something, because it won't. And I just find it to be very sad. I've just related it to several different branches, gone off on different tangents, so let's just pull back in. But this trial, we'll see what the verdict is, and perhaps I'll do an update video on that. I don't know when that's going to be released in terms of time differences. I'm recording this 4 in the morning in London, so I don't know when that's going to be released. Let me know your thoughts are, guys. Subscribe to the channel, click that button for daily and consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.